Good morning, everyone. To be honest, I was really nervous this morning, but with all the technical difficulty we got today, so I forgot I'm nervous. So, thank you, everyone. All right. Okay. So, 2 weeks ago, I was called for a table topic question, and I remember the question was, "What was your most memorable memory when traveling outside the country?" So I got the answer, but when I got back to my seat, I told myself, wow, that was not the answer. You got a way better one than that. So today I want to make it up and share with you guys my memory when I traveled back in Vietnam. So I was born and raised in Vietnam, but I had never left the cities. So when I moved to the state and lived for a few years, I decided to go back to Vietnam for vacation. And I'm gonna travel the place that I never been into. And luckily this trip I have some friends tag along. So I have V, Kai and Sam. Vietnam is a developing country. In the city there are many tall buildings, skyscraper. Yeah, so, tall buildings, skyscraper, traffic, and as not much as different compared to Singapore or Dubai. But in the countryside where holding the core of agriculture, the developed economy has not changed how it looks. And the people living remain to their old side of their life. So three of my friends and I decided to go to the place that still remain the look and the culture and has not been changed by economy. So our destination was Cần Thơ. It's the most beautiful place on earth, and the best thing in Cần Thơ is the floating market. Let me show right here. So this is the countryside and the floating market, where people make their living on their boats. So people sell food, veggies, meat, and even sell clothes on the boat. And so we rent a boat. So if we want to buy or purchase any goods, we just battle the boat to the other boat that sell these kind of items. So one the lady told us that people living here, they could not afford to buy a house, so they decide to stay on their boats and just make their living there. They eat, they shower, they sleep, they study, they do all the activities just on their boats. And by the time it's become a culture that cannot find anywhere in the world. So along the trip, my aunt was able to hook us up with some relative in Cần Thơ, and she let us to stay in her house for a few days. So after getting a lot of food in the market, and we decided to go to Aunt Thu's house. So Aunt Thu is a 5 feet tall, kind and sweetest woman we have ever known. And one thing that you should learn about the certain Vietnamese people is they are extremely welcoming guests, and they would offer the best thing in their home and make the guests feel the most comfortable. So Aunt Thu had to go somewhere, so we just stay home and rest. So she will be back around like 5, and she's gonna make us a big dinner. So V and Sam were so tired from the morning trip, so they decided to stay home. But Kai and we decided to discover the place. So under the heat of 120 degrees, we wish like there's gonna be a lake or pool that we can dip our body like in the water and release all the heat. So we kept walking, and we found a small lake. And on the lake is like it's like a house. It's a tiny house, but we don't know what it is. So we just took off our clothes and jumped to the lake. The lake is smell kind of weird. That Kai told me that maybe it smells of nature, but it is smell of nature. So we kind of like swimming, deep in our body in the lake, like around 5 to 10 minutes. We saw a kid around 10 to 12 years old, so run to the house. So the house is in the water, and it's connected by a bamboo bridge. So the kid just run into that house, and the kid didn't see us. So around 1 minute later, we saw the thing drop down to the house, and suddenly we recognize that is human feces. Me and Kai was freaking out, and we just like jumped to the land and took our clothes and run to the house. So it took us like 2 days of showering to get that off the traumatizing. So we told that thing to Antu when we got home, and Antu told us like somehow they don't have like a toilet system, so they're gonna dig like a big lake like that and get a house. So that house is their restroom. So they just like put waste in there, and some even like have fish under there, so the fish gonna eat the human feces to make their legs always clean and like not stinky. So this is the house right there, as you can see. Yeah, so that is my best memory in travel Vietnam. And lesson learned, make sure you know things before like try it in the country that you never know. And that's my speech. Thank you, everyone.